Hi, I just wanted to share something new that we're doing now and calling it the umbrella coverage. Is a new concept was introduced to me recently, and we have our three levels of umbrella coverage: umbrella 3, umbrella 2, level 1. Umbrella 3 is going to be our more comprehensive plan, and we encourage you to schedule a time to speak with us or meet with us so we can develop the right plan for you and go through an evaluation. We always, as a minimum, will recommend umbrella 1, but if you want the full comprehensive coverage, that would be umbrella 3. This program was designed to go with Medicare plans, and so kind of the way you start out, if you'll notice on the first level of all three umbrella levels, it says Medicare plan with prescription coverage. So if you have Medicare, you have Medicare A and B, the government part of Medicare, and then the old traditional way I like to call it is you go with a Medicare supplement, sometimes referred to as a Medigap, and so that's your Medicare plan. And then you would need a Part D plan for your prescription coverage to go along with that. So that's kind of the baseline, and we're going to kind of start here with the scenario is if you are taking that Medigap option. Then we couple that with a cancer, heart, or stroke plan, and that's our first level of coverage. We recommend it as a minimum with any Medicare coverage, and actually not even just Medicare coverage, but other health insurance also. So that's your first level, and then if you're doing a Medicare supplement, then you would probably need dental, vision, and hearing coverage because original Medicare does not cover dental, vision, and hearing. And then we top that off with what's called recovery care. And recovery care it helps fill that gap that is left with Medicare, that after 100 days of skilled nursing, your Medicare coverage does not cover your stay in a skilled nursing facility, or we can also add, in lieu of that plan, we also do have home health plans, short-term plans, because a lot of times people maybe don't want to stay in a skilled nursing facility, they like to recover at home, but they need assistance. So we've got plans that can help you prevent against a lot of the kind of reimburse and cushion those big expenses that you can incur with that. And that's something, we're not looking at this being something that you're going to need right now, but you might in 10, 15 years, but you want to get it now while it's affordable and when you do qualify for the coverage. So that's kind of how it works to go with a Medicare supplement. The other round is if you have a Medicare Advantage plan. That's a little different. Your Medicare Advantage takes over as your primary from Medicare and covers your Part A and B. Still, as a minimum, we always recommend umbrella coverage with a Medicare Advantage plan. So as a minimum, yes, you would like that cancer, heart, and stroke coverage here because you're going to have a lot of gaps of non-Medicare approved expenses. That's also true of your Medicare supplement coverage. And then when we get to the second level on the umbrella 3, with a Medicare Advantage, you probably won't need a dental, vision, hearing plan. Most Medicare Advantage plans are going to come with those benefits included. But it would be your Medicare plan with your prescription coverage because that would also be included there. But if you can see that, hopefully the letters aren't too small, where it says HIP plan, that's that hospital indemnity plan, what we like to call your co-pay protection plan, because you have a much lower premium on your Medicare Advantage plans, but you're also going to have more exposure for out-of-pocket costs. A stay in the hospital, an outpatient surgery, an ambulance ride, those things are all going to be big co-pays, and that co-pay protection plan, that HIP, will help cover that. And then recovery care could still be very important. And the other thing is, usually we'll include in your HIP plan, but sometimes your recovery care can cover some of those skilled nursing expenses, because you will have co-pays after day 21 in a skilled nursing facility. So that's kind of the two ways we approach that, whether you have a Medicare supplement or a Medicare Advantage. And so your supplemental plan is going to cover approved expenses, but after that 100 days in a skilled nursing facility, then you're not going to be covered by any Medicare plan. That's why we highly recommend some type of umbrella coverage for that. And this is also going to help limit a lot of your out-of-pocket costs. So it's kind of one of those things. One of the things I learned in the Army is we plan for the contingencies and emergencies, and that same principle kind of applies here. As I mentioned, we're looking for setting something up so 10 or 15 years from now, when you might need these services, you've got them and they're very affordable. Most of the plans, the recovery care, the cancer, heart, stroke plans, those HIP plans, generally those plans, when you get that plan at your age you are now, you're locking in your rate. So if you're about to go on Medicare, it's a great time to get one of these plans, lock in that rate, because if you wait a couple years to get it, you might not be healthy enough to get that plan, and it's going to cost you more per month because you waited to get it to you instead of getting it when you were younger. So think about those two versions, kind of get with us and say, hey, I looked at that, I want to talk some more about that umbrella 2 or that umbrella 3, and we can go over that. This is not something you have to wait for the annual election period in October. It's something we can take care of now and have that put behind you, and then just review, you do a quick review of your Medicare plan in the fall if you're already on Medicare. Most of the time we're working with this with the people who are new to Medicare, but I wanted to get this out, especially to my clients, that I maybe didn't bring this up. I wasn't focused on that 100-day gap that you would have on a skilled nursing. This hadn't really kind of thought about it and realized we can actually get you some good coverage that will cover a lot of those big expenses and not have a lot of out-of-pocket exposure. So get with us, we can help you with this. You do not have to be on Medicare to get these. It's just this was geared towards working. We're doing these webinars for the people turning 65, so this just kind of fits right together with that. But you can get this at even not being 60. The recovery care plan, now that one is limited. That the one plan, the main plan that we kind of focus on with that, you do have to be 55 to get that plan. So it's not for everybody, but we do have other plans that kind of can fit some of those needs also prior to that age. But you don't have to be turning 65 in the next few months to take advantage of this. So hopefully get with us, and 931-881-3969 is the phone number at the office, and set up an appointment, and we'd love to help you out with this.